Hey, thanks for stopping by for another No BS video update. In recent weeks, we've started getting a little bit more advanced in the topics we're talking about. They are some basics, but at the same time, it may not pertain to you. But you may want to think about it for the future. And the title of today's video blog is called Control. You know, like the old Janet Jackson song, Control. And in a way, well, that and an episode I had recently triggered all that for me. You know, I deal with a lot of recording artists, I deal with a lot of media personalities who don't necessarily control their own social media sites. And that's both good and bad. Now, a lot of times for, big, huge stars, they don't control them. Their record labels or their management companies control them. And what happens is sometimes if they lose a record deal or if they fall out with the management, they then, lose control of those sites, and they lose control of that name, and they lose control of all those fans, followers, and friends. So every artist, every business, every person I connect with, I work with, I tell them, if we're going to work with you, yeah, I may have access to your sites, but I still want you to have control. I find it important for you to maintain control of your own sites, because at the end of the day, it's your image. At the end of the day, it's your content. And at the end of the day, it's all about you. And there are a lot of companies who want to take over control. It's all about everybody grabbing control. They want to have control of everything, so, you can't do it without them. And I understand that. And I've always told people I have no problem taking over and doing whatever they want me to do. But I would like for them to be involved. I would like for them to take part. Sure, they may not do it every day or really be involved on a regular basis, but I want them to be able to get in there when they need to. What happens if they can't reach me? What happens if my cell phone has been knocked out and they can't get a hold of me for whatever reason? You sometimes have to go in and do it yourself or do whatever you've got to do, and you've got to have control of that. I see that a lot in the music business, where I've had and I'm not even talking big stars. I'm talking little baby acts I've dealt with where it's like, okay, you want me to help you with the Twitter? Great. Let's go in and let's make it look better and let's clean it up a little bit. What's your password? Oh, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Well, one of my band members set it up for me a while back. Well, can you get it from them? Well, they're not in the band anymore. So basically, there's a band member out there controlling access to those friends, those fans, those followers who, are there about you. Now think about it in terms of, the bad stuff that could happen if they were really vindictive, if they really wanted to be mean. I've had clients who've stopped paying me, so instead of just, locking them out of their social media sites, which I could do because I have, the access, I just delete all my information. It's like, you know what? You've got the information. I've given it to you. You've got an email somewhere. It's no longer my concern. It's no longer my personal worry until you're going to pay me for it. Then it becomes my worry again. And it's not trying to be mean, but it's about control. It's about everybody wants to have control of something. Everybody feels better when they're in control. And when it comes to social media, you still need to maintain control of, all your pages, whether you're working in tandem with other people, whether you're working, you've got other people working for you. Again, it's not about you hiring me and letting me control things. I don't want that. I would love to work with you and help you build your social media fans, your social media friends, your social media followers, build your connections. But I want to do it in tandem. I want to do it in partnership, and there's no BS to that. Sure, I've got passwords for all these artists I've worked with over the course of time that I no longer work with. And I save them just out of courtesy, because they may call me one day and say, hey, do you have the password to this? Well, here's the last one I had at that time. If that's not it, good luck. But, I try to keep those copious notes. It's about maintaining control over your visual images, about your content. Sure, there are going to be other people involved, and you see this all the time with major corporations where somebody goes online and they post something stupid on Twitter, or they post something wrong, or they get hacked or something like that. You still need to maintain control. You can't just give up total control. Sure, when you're working in a collaborative environment, when you've got multiple people accessing Twitter accounts and Facebook pages and things like that, sometimes things are going to slip through the cracks. But if they're doing it maliciously, you got to go in there and make sure to be able to clean that up. You've got to maintain control. So think about that in terms of your social media. Again, I don't care how advanced your social media is. I don't care how many friends, followers, and fans you have. Think about maintaining some sort of control over what's going on. Because at the end of the day, if that page is about you, you're going to be the one to take the heat if there's something that goes wrong. You're going to be the one that people are going to make fun of, or going to blame, or going to do whatever if something bad happens. Because it's your image, it's your likeness, it's your content, whether you're the one doing it or not. Again, a little bit more advanced, a little bit more intermediate today. But, as you move on, as you get people involved, I've got multiple people working on some of our stuff. But at the end of the day, when we do these videos, I'm still the one putting them together. I'm still the one responsible for making sure they're done right and they're put up right and they look right and everything is good. Because at the end of the day, if you want to believe in Intensity Media and you want to believe in our no BS policy, you got to make sure the man at the top is the one, well, in control. So think about you maintaining control too. Just go back and listen to the Janet Jackson song. It basically says it all. See you next week. Another no BS social media update. Thanks.